So before we do anything at all, I want to take a moment of silent prayer, a moment of silence, and join with you, my lovely yoga community, my lovely Temple Isaiah tribe, and send prayers to everyone, and anyone that you can think of that need them right now in this very volatile time. And especially to George Floyd and his family and all those whose lives have been unjustly taken. Let us just take a moment to consciously send our love. And I'll begin with a reading from our Siddur. If we can hear the words from Sinai, then love will flow from us, and we shall serve all that is holy with all our intellect and all our passion and all our life. If we can serve all that is holy, we shall be doing all that humans can to help the rains to flow, the grasses to be green, the grains to be golden like the sun, and the rivers to be filled with life once more. All the children of God shall eat, and there will be enough. But if we turn from Sinai's words and serve only what is common and profane, making gods of our own comfort or power, then the holiness of life will contract for us. Our world will grow inhospitable. Let us therefore lace these words into our passion and our intellect, and bind them as a sign upon our hands and eyes. Let us write them in mezuzot upon our doors and teach them to our children. Let us honor the generations that came before us, keeping the promise for those yet to be. Amen. So today's practice is going to weave in some of the practices that we did on Saturday for the Neshamah Shabbat. Some of you were there for that, which was great, and then some of you who weren't there, I really want you to have the tools. So I'm going to sprinkle in just a couple of the things that we did on Saturday's class. I might actually post a YouTube with the specific exercises just to go through them again. What happens when we have stress and trauma, which we have been having for a very long time now, with the fires of last year, with COVID, with the uprising, the understandable uprising, and unfortunate crimes and all the things that are also going on with all the anger, the collective anger and frustration in the world. And then we're limited to where we can go. We're building up stress and tension in our bodies, and emotionally, physically, spiritually. And these areas of tension are commonly settle in certain areas of the body, depending on your predisposition, if you will. So we'll address a couple of those areas today. We're going to work with some yoga poses, and then we're going to bring in some affirmations, which I hope will be helpful for you. And I always welcome, if you want to change the affirmation to resonate for your heart, then please feel free to do so. These are just recommendations, just offerings. So let's do some release of the jaw and the head. So the jaw and the head tension is one of what I'm calling a burden container. It contains the burdens of our lives, and it can manifest as headaches, TMJ, really chronic neck tension, all the things that have to do with the head and neck. So we're going to do some masseter massage. So bring your fingers to your jaw, open and close your jaw so you find that the TMJ, the joint there. And then open your mouth and then press with your fingers into that area and then slowly drag your fingers down. And you'll get to some meaty muscles, right? Those jaw muscles. And just let yourself keep opening the mouth and dragging the fingers down. So this is where we hold the tension, anger, frustration, unspoken truths. Overthinking happens. We get tight in the head when we're overthinking. And then move your fingers up to your temples. And most of the time we massage the temples, which is fine. But I'm also going to invite you to take your fingertips very lightly, press in on your temples very lightly, like a feather's touch, and then press up. So it's like you're just moving the skin. And you're pressing in and up very gently with soft fingers. Your mouth is open, just naturally open. You don't have to open it wide. Just let the jaw kind of fall open. And as you press gently in and up, you're offering a little cranial sacral release to the head. You can breathe in and out through your mouth. Take another couple of breaths here. Good. Release your hands to your lap. And then just do some gentle neck circles, like half circles from side to side. Breathing. Stretching out the back and sides of the neck. Good. And then look straight ahead. The last thing we'll do to help release the stress and the burden in the head is take those soft fingertips, bring them above your eyebrows, right in the middle of your forehead, like from eyebrows to the top of your head. You're going to settle those fingers right around the middle. And just rest your fingertips there. Your thumbs will find a place on the sides of your face. Pressing in and up just very slightly. So this is a really great point to encourage the flow of energy and blood to the front of the head, to activate the prefrontal cortex. So when we're stressed and in panic, we have a little more trouble remembering, a little more trouble with problem solving, because we're more in our reptilian brain, the back brain. So this really encourages activation of the PFC and our executive functioning just by doing this. Good, and release your hands to your lap. So we'll end with, so we're dropping from the mind, we're dropping from the mind into the body. So dropping out of the thinking and into the wisdom of the body. And so we'll breathe here. I'm going to encourage you to breathe in and think the words, here I am. And breathe out, Hineni. Breathing in, here I am. Breathe out, Hineni. Continue this. Okay, let's start to move our spines and warm up our body a little bit more. So go ahead and come to your hands and your knees. And we'll work with our spine with cat and cow. Breathing in as you extend the spine, gazing up, and breathing out as you round the spine. Really fill up those lungs as you arch the back and empty out the lungs as much as you can as you round the back, fully pulling the navel in. And then start to wag your tail and get into the rib cage. Maybe moving the lower back, the hips in circles, whatever feels good. Shifting the weight forward and back to get into the hips. And then open your knees a little bit wider with the toes still pointed toward each other, and sit back into child's pose and release your wrists. Do some circles, release your head. Release the weight of your thoughts into the mat. Release the heaviness. As you exhale, surrender to this moment in your body. As we move through our practice today, we're going to work on letting our burdens lift us up, finding a way to build resilience so that our burdens actually lift us up spiritually. Walk your hands over to your left side and reach with your right fingertips so that you get a nice deep stretch in the right side of the body. Press back through your right hip at the same time. And then walk your hands through center and over to the right side, reaching with the left fingertips and pressing back with the left hip. Come back to center and go ahead and press yourself up. We'll take our straps and we'll stretch our legs a bit. So coming onto your back, bring your strap around your right foot and extend your left leg or keep it bent, it's your choice. And see if you can shimmy those shoulders down away from your ears so that your neck has a lot of space there. And flex your foot a lot. Flex it as much as you can. And just use your strap to help you move and explore different ranges of motion, different movements, keeping it kind of small to begin with. And finding those places that are tight. When you find anything that is uncomfortable or tight, I encourage you to pause there. Don't skip over it. And stay with it. Stay with the discomfort and breathe into it. This is how we heal. This is how we bring back wholeness. This is how we do this in life, right? Too. We don't run away from the discomfort and the pain. We face it and we listen to it and we breathe with it. And then we transform it. This is the microcosm in your body of the macrocosm of the universe. Keep breathing, keep exploring, keep listening. Go ahead and release the strap from this side now, and just hug your right knee in towards your chest. Give it a nice squeeze. As we squeeze the knee in, we're massaging the ascending colon, and we're supporting some digestive, just our digestive process, which often shuts down when we're stressed out. So pull that knee in and then gently release that pressure and then pull it in again, like you're just giving a little compression to that area. And then take your left hand and guide your knee across your body into a gentle twist. The twists are also helpful for digestion. You can keep this twist nice and small if your lower back is tight this morning. And open up that right arm and look over your right shoulder and open up that chest. And then pull the belly in and guide your knee back up to center. And then straighten that right leg. Just lie flat on the floor for a second. And then change sides. So left leg or foot goes into the strap. And then readjust your shoulders so that they're down, sliding down away from your ears. Keep the back of your arms on the floor, the elbows, and flex that left foot. And first just notice what's going on with the left leg. And then start to explore a little bit, moving the leg in different directions. Listening with your body. Pausing when it's uncomfortable. Breathing. Keep flexing the left foot. And then gently release the strap from the side and hug your left knee in towards your rib cage, maybe a little to the outside of the rib cage. And create some compression and release. Breathe in as you pull the knee in. Breathe out as you release. Breathe in as you compress. So we're creating some compression and pressure in the descending colon. And then take your right hand and guide your knee across your body, taking your twist. Open up your arms, gaze over your left shoulder. Pull the belly in, help that leg back up to center, and then stretch the left leg out. And just lie flat on the floor for a moment and take a few breaths. Hug both of your knees in towards your body. Rock from side to side. Open up the knees so those inner thighs get a little opening and stretch too. Make some circles with your ankles. Warm up the toes, the feet. And then take your time. You're going to roll to your side and press yourself up. See if you can leave your head really heavy as you do that. excuse me, and then we'll meet standing. Make sure that you have your ball, if you want to use a ball today, and your block at the top of your mat. So we'll do a little bit of foot massage. So if you don't have a ball or you're not using one, then you can always massage your feet with your hands, your thumbs. You can sit on a chair or on the floor again. And we'll just do some pressure points in the feet. Keep breathing. Go ahead and switch over to the left foot or the other foot. Okay, go ahead and take the ball or your fingertips if that's what you're using. We're just going to massage the right side of the chest while moving that right arm out to the side and maybe back, maybe big circles, whatever feels good for you. We're going to really assist that pectoral muscle to open up even as we pin it down and kind of hold it in place with either our fingers or the ball. Let your knees be soft. So we're just opening up this chest area. Another place that is a burden container. And then change hands and start to open up the left side of the chest. Big deep breaths. One of the participants here has just no picture and the word iPad. I would love to know who's behind that, even if at some point you have a chance, maybe at a future class, to put your name in. I would love to know who's behind there. Okay, so go ahead and place your ball to the side. And we're going to inhale, shrug the shoulders up, back, and down. Inhale, and then up and back, and then exhale down. So this is where we carry the world, the weight of the world on our shoulders. So we want to start to, with every exhale, start to let go some of the weight of the world. The chest and the shoulders tension in this area can be about forgiveness of the self and forgiveness of others. So just starting to open up to that possibility. Good. Let's do a couple of some forward bends. Go ahead and inhale, reach up, and then exhale, fold forward. You can use that block if you need it to put your hands on, and let your head go. Let the weight of your head go. Breathe in and feel the back ribs expanding. As you breathe out, release the weight of the upper body. Good. Let's look up and just come halfway up to our Ardha Uttanasana, this halfway bent over pose here. Breathe. As you exhale, fold. Look up. Inhale, reach out and up. And hands to your heart. Good. So we haven't done our 3 thumps in a while. So let's go ahead and do that to regulate our immune system and to reset our energy, to give us a little more energy. So you're going to tap underneath your collarbones. Tap vigorously with nice firm fingers. Breathing. You should sound like a little drumming. You should be able to hear the sound. Tapping hard enough for that sound to happen. And then start to tap, or you can have soft fists right at the center of the chest. And breathe in, and then breathe out an ah sound. Ah. Good. And now knocking on the sides of the ribs or massaging the side of the rib cage. Just stimulating the spleen meridian. We want to keep our immune systems nice and strong. Good, and then shake it out. Shake, shake, shake it out. So keep shaking. Start to be really free with your body. So just shake any places that maybe you don't get to shake very often. So let your limbs be really heavy. Let those arms and fingertips be super floppy. Yes, good. And the neck, if you're able to relax the neck, and the hips, and the knees, and breathe, and then stick out your tongue and free up the jaw and the tongue. Make some sound, breathe in and breathe out. And shake, shake, shake for 10 more seconds. Shake it all out. Shake, shake, shake. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And slowly start to come to stillness. Slowly, slowly. Standing in mountain pose. As if standing at Mount Sinai, just feeling the power of the wisdom that has come down to us from all of these years, this promise we have made to heal the world, tikkun olam, to do better, to be better, to be our best selves. Good. Let's move into some standing poses. So we're going to do warrior 1. So right leg's going to come forward. Bend that right knee. Make sure your knee is tracking over your ankle if possible and not caving in. Really activating the buns on that right side. And then reaching the arms up. Breathe here. We're going to combine this with a mantra or an affirmation. Breathe here, bend that knee. So open up those arms. I am love. And then stand, reach those arms up. I am joy. I am forgiving. Again. I am love, gazing up. I am joy. I am forgiving. Hold your shape here. Feel the heart opening. And then bring the hands to the heart. Go ahead and step your back leg forward. And then change sides. Setting your posture up for stability here. Find that stability. And then reach your arms up. Bend that front knee. Good. I am love. Straighten the legs, straighten the arms. I am joy. I am forgiving. Again. I am love. I am joy. I am forgiving. Pause here. Bring your hands to your heart and step forward. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, let it all go. Release your head. Let go of all the things you can't control here. Just letting go what you can't control. Pull your belly in. Start to look up. Rise up. Reach up. And hands to your heart. So we're going to work with the container of the diaphragm as a place that tends to hold stress. So when we're a person that holds stress in our diaphragm, it can be very tight. It can cause us to not be able to take a full deep breath. It's also a place where we tend to tighten up when we want to hold back strong emotions, when we're afraid to let go of those emotions. So we can create some freedom in here, knowing that emotions we're not to be afraid of those. They're there for us, and they can move through our bodies, and then they can neutralize. So we're going to open up the ribs first with a move we've done many times. So bring your legs together, squeeze your thighs, feel that foundation of your strong lower body, and reach your arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers, and then release your index fingers, and then lean over to one side, really grounding your feet into the floor. Pull your navel in, roll the underarm, the lower arm under you just a little bit more so the chest is facing forward, and then come up, breathe in, breathe out over to the other side, squeeze those legs, come on up, good. Open up the arms, reach the chest forward, the arms back, and then float your hands to your heart. You're gonna open up your stance just a little bit. We're gonna do umbrella breathing. So you can bring your hands to your rib cage and take a moment of mindful breath here. So as you breathe in, notice your rib cage expanding, and then exhale all the air out of your lungs. As you breathe in, notice if one side is more flexible than the other, just noticing that. Or are they the same? Feel with the next few inhales that your rib cage expands front to back as well, just like an umbrella, opening up equally on every side. Good. And then let your arms rest. So what we'll do next is activate the diaphragm, open up the front of the body, but activate the strength. This is a place of strength and will in our body. So I'll turn sideways so you see that this back bend is not very big. So I'm going to inhale and reach my arms up, and same thing, I'm going to interlace my fingers and release the index fingers. Breathe naturally here. And then I'm going to exhale and lean back just a bit, squeezing my legs. Inhale. And then as I exhale, I'm going to come back up. So breathe in a way that feels natural for you. So you're going to lean back. Maybe you'll inhale here. And then exhale, come back up. And bring your hands to your heart. So what we're doing is, as we exhale, we're engaging the diaphragm, we're waking it up. We're going to do that and add an affirmation. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, come forward. I am resilient. Inhale, reach up and back. Come forward. I am resilient. And one more. I am resilient. Good. Let's get into our hips, since those hold a lot of stress as well. So I'm going to invite you to come to your knees. We're going to do a kneeling lunge. So blocks are handy here, or anything that you can use to support you. So we'll come to our knees and then step that right foot forward. If your knees are sensitive, please feel free to roll up your mat so you've got some extra padding. So I'm going to bring my block to the inside of my front foot. But first, I'm just going to come into that kneeling pose. And if you have two blocks, you can use them as extensions of your arms. So we're going to sink into this lunge, but we're not going to let go of our pelvic floor. So we don't want to just let everything hang there. So I want you to practice Mula Bandha. So Mula Bandha just means it means root. Mula means root, and bandha means lock. So you want to imagine that you are, don't imagine, actually do this. You're going to contract the anal sphincter and the muscles that you would use to retain urine or to stop the flow of urine. So you're really pulling up on the whole pelvic floor here as you're sinking into your lunge. Mula Bandha. So Mula Bandha in yoga tradition is about, all the bandhas are about controlling and directing our energy, really making it thrive and moving it through our body. So we're controlling this in the pelvic floor. It's also good and safe for your ligaments to do this. And then we're going to lean back. So you can bring your blocks with you if you want. We're going to shift our hips back and lift our front toes so we get into the hamstring. Beautiful. Good. And as we exhale, come into your lunge with Mula Bandha. Inhale, shift back again, lifting those toes. Now, if you've shifted back and your toes are up, you can actually move your toes from side to side, which is going to stretch the different attachments of the hamstring. It's going to stretch different aspects of it. Good. One more sinking in. You'll either stay here or you'll turn this into a twist. So you can use your block if that's the case, with your left hand on your block or fingertips on the floor. And we're going to bring the right hand to the right hip and just twist, rotate the upper body and look to the right. If your shoulders are warm enough to lift your arm, go for it, but it's not necessary. We're looking for the twist here. Engage your belly, engage Mula Bandha, because I bet half of us just lost that connection. Breathe. Good. Come out of your twist if you're in it. And then we're going to change sides with our leg, with our hips. Take your time. So sinking into your lunge, releasing where you can, and then activating where you can, right? So pulling up on all of the pelvic floor muscles, but yet letting go. Breathe here. And then start to come into dynamic movement here, dynamic stretch by shifting your hips back, lifting your left toes. Exhaling as you come into your lunge. Inhaling as you shift back, toes lift. Coming into your lunge. And then shift back again, lift those toes, and maybe windshield wiper the toes back and forth. Keep breathing. And then come into your lunge for the last time. Maybe your block will be on the inside of that front foot. Engage the pelvic floor, pull up on the pelvic floor, bring the left hand to the left hip and rotate your upper body to the left. Engage your belly, pull that belly in. And then come back to center. We're gonna bring that leg back and we're gonna come right into a child's pose. Just releasing the back, releasing the hips, rocking the hips from side to side. Okay, come on up. We're gonna come to the top of our mat for our standing pose. So let's stand on the left foot and squeeze the left thigh, squeeze the muscles, really root the foot down into the mat, and then lift the right knee up. So pull the belly in. You can even feel the activation of Mula Bandha again. You can pull the pelvic floor muscles in and up and let that help strengthen the lifting of the leg. Good. And then extend the leg as much as you can. It doesn't matter if the leg is high lifted or if it's low. It's totally fine. And then bend it, bring it close to the body. Extend, bend, and bring it out to the side. Not necessarily in tree pose, but in the shape of the upper leg will be in tree. You might hold the knee, back to center, and down. Good. Shake that out. Stand on the right leg, firm up the thigh, the lower leg, really ground those roots into your mat, and then pulling up on the pelvic floor, lifting the left knee. Breathe. I didn't do anything with my hands, but for balance, you are welcome to bring your hands anywhere you need to. Extend the leg, pull the belly in. Bend the knee, bring the leg close to your body again. Extend, keep breathing, bend, bring the leg out to the side, back to center, and then down. Good. Open up your legs and just do some hip circles. Both directions. Okay. The last thing we'll do before we come to sit on our mats is a final mantra, embodied prayer, really. So with that idea that our burdens can lift us up, those very things that feel like they weigh us down or challenge us or create pain and suffering, sometimes are gifts to us. They can lift us up if we choose to take the challenge. And I encourage you to explore that idea after class and throughout your life. Just start to ask, can this burden lift me up? Can I rise to the occasion? How am I developing spiritually as a human by meeting this burden? So we're going to play with that idea, and we'll inhale and say, my burdens lift me up. Palms together. I am connected, grounded, and safe. My burdens lift me up. I am connected, grounded, and safe. My burdens lift me up. I am connected, grounded, and safe. Let's come on down to the floor. You can go straight to your back. Bring anything you want to have with you for Shavasana. And we will finish up with our usual cooling down poses. So let's do a little inversion of your choice. I'll model the block under the hips. You can just have a nice supported bridge here, which is lovely. That gives you the benefits of an inversion. Or if you'd like a little more, then you can lift the legs. Feel free to do any other inversions that you're comfortable with, where the legs are up. Can you deepen your breath? Start to bend your knees if your legs were up. Bring them in towards your chest. And then lower one foot at a time back to the floor. Slide your block out from underneath you. Keep it handy. You might need it for our twist. So open your arms up and then lift your knees and bring them over to the right. Maybe your block will be between your knees or under your bottom knee, or maybe you won't need one at all. And breathe. Contract your abdominal muscles to add some stability, and then bring your knees back to center and then twist to the other side. Take the next minute or so, maybe 2 minutes, to do any last stretches that you need to do to help your body release into Shavasana. Release the efforts of your body. Give yourself for just the next few moments to as deep of a relaxation as you can. The deep rest, the conscious rest of Shavasana builds resilience and supports healing. So knowing that as you consciously rest, that you support all aspects of your being. Allow the muscles of your face to soften, your jaw to release. Feel your throat letting go, softening. The shoulders letting go, the arms relaxing. Each finger and thumbs all letting go. Feel the chest, the heart, the belly softening. Let your hips grow heavy, the legs heavy. Feel your ankles and the soles of your feet softening, your toes letting go. A warm wave of deep rest washes over you. A blanket of peace and protection envelops you. When justice burns within us like a flaming fire, when love evokes willing sacrifice from us, when to the last full measure of selfless devotion we demonstrate our belief in the ultimate triumph of truth and righteousness, then your goodness enters our lives and we can begin to change the world. And then you live in our hearts, and we, through righteousness, behold your presence. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think God was the sun, God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth and the stars and all of creation. God is creator, all in all, and God needs us to shine his light as me, as you, so use me. Oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Bring your hands to your heart, maybe one to the heart and one to the belly, and listen deeply. Listen to the still small voice that tells you what's next. What is next for you to do? Let us keep asking the question and keep listening for the answers. Take all the time you need to awaken your body and your senses, to take some deeper breaths, and to turn to your side and gently rise up. Let your hands rest at your heart. And I invite you to join me in a call and response prayer. May all beings be safe. May all beings be healthy. May all beings have a voice. May all beings be heard. May all beings be loved. May it be so. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Shalom.